My name is Jonathan Nelson. I've been going to Lake Country Christian School for 3 years now. In public school, they made you take a class. You did the choir, band, or orchestra. Played the viola. I still play it today. I'm in the Fort Worth Youth Orchestra. I got bullied pretty heavily about it. All I cared about in that moment was what other kids thought of me, and they didn't like it. In 8th grade, I stopped doing athletics. Play Xbox for 10 hours a day, and I was 200 pounds and about 5'6" when I left 8th grade. And I remember getting bullied so bad that I remember coming home crying almost every night because I couldn't deal with it, and all I wanted was kids to like me, and they just didn't. And I told myself I would never end up like that, and that I would never make a kid feel that bad, and that I would never make anyone ever feel the way I felt, because what I went through was just no one should have gone through it. My freshman year comes around, I created a monster in myself because I just dug myself in a hole and I didn't want to get out of it. And I remember coming home, sitting on the couch with my dad. That night, he said, "Son, we're thinking about putting you in a private school. We don't know where, but we feel like God's leading you to be put in a private school." And I thought it was a blessing. At the end of my freshman year, going into my sophomore year, I didn't know if I was going to be going to that school or not. And my parents said, "Hey, you've been accepted. You're going to school Friday, and then you're going on retreats Saturday, Sunday, and Monday." So I come to the school, trying to fit in everywhere I go. Everyone liked me because I sucked up to all of them. I worked so hard with my friends. We worked out every day after school. I started to look good. I started to feel good. I got a girlfriend. All this stuff that I wish I had, I got. The price for that was I started to become the people that I hated. Started picking on the kids that had no friends. I started hating on people whenever they didn't do anything to me. I walked down the hallway and I would punch kids on the arm because I thought it was funny. That's when Satan introduced vaping to me, and then he started introducing dipping, and then he started doing all this other stuff, and I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. The summer of senior year, we went on this rafting trip in Colorado. We went to the Royal Gorge, and our bus driver was our head of school. We went all that way. We did all this stuff. We did everything that we drove, spent money, just so our head of school could get 30 minutes with us on the side of the river, just so he could talk to us about God and what he wanted to do. On the last day, we did this thing called an affirmation circle. It was so weird, but, we went with it. And it was at that moment where I was standing outside the circle. Everyone was talking to each other. Everyone was speaking truth to each other. I started realizing things that no one else knew about each other, and I realized that we all loved each other. No one really showed it because that's not cool. At that moment, I realized that we were going to have to change the school and that we were going to have to come together as a group, and I realized my role was to help the athletic side change. So we had this thing called high school retreat. At the beginning of every year, we meet and we worship, and we go off to a camp alone, and we just worship. But our senior year, it was different. We knew what we were going to do. Our head of school, Mr. Earwood, challenged us to change. And I asked God to help stop me from all that stuff. Stop talking about people, stop dipping, stop vaping. You have to get clean to help the school because no one's going to listen to a hypocrite. And I asked God to do that. And slowly throughout the summer, everything just kind of dribbled off. I knew that God was going to do something powerful just because of all the changes that he instilled in all of us. So that retreat was different. We all cared. And the fire usually died off at the other retreats after about a week and a half, 2 weeks. But this fire, it's still going today, and we're about halfway through the second semester. We still care about God. There's still something there, and people still care. It was cool because before that change, nobody really liked me. I was the jerk that went around school that no one liked. I was mean. I was arrogant. I was nothing. But after what God did to me, I would really like to say that people like me and that I've changed a lot, and that I realize that being mean and all that stuff is from the devil, and that's not right. My name is Jonathan Nelson, and I have Eagle DNA.